So guys, in my last video I had shown you guys how to remove a Suzuki Access magnet. Now to take that out you need many tools as well. All of that I have shown you guys step by step in that video. If you guys have not watched that video, then I will put a link of that video in the I button above or in the end screens. Go there and watch that video first, then come back here and follow this video. In this video I will show you guys how to replace the oil pump, timing chain and the oil pump chain. Don't skip the video even a bit, otherwise you will miss important information here. Now as you guys can see, my magnet is already come out. But inside of this magnet right here, there is supposed to be a part which is come out and is fallen down. How to put it back, that I will show you first. Very important thing to know. Now this type of 3 pins are there inside of this magnet. Check if all 3 of them are in place properly. I will show you guys from close by. Inside of this there is a spring, as you guys can see. This spring you can push inside like this, as you guys can see. So while keeping the spring pressed, we'll have to put the cylinder pin inside of this. It should look something like this, as you guys can see. Now one pin of mine came out. To put it back inside, first I will place this pin right here in position. Then I will press the spring, and the moment I press the spring, the pin will go in position automatically, as you guys can see. So by using this technique you can put it back inside easily. All these 3 pins should be sitting inside in position properly, like how it is on my magnet. It's a very important thing, guys. Now I will keep that on the side, and now I will take out my flywheel. Here I took out my flywheel. If you pull it, it will come out easily like this. This also I will keep on the side now. And now first I will take out my fuel pump. Now to take out the fuel pump, first thing you will have to take out this cover, and on this cover there will be 2 8mm bolts. One 8mm bolt got loose very easily, but this other 8mm bolt is in such a spot that I cannot put my taparia socket there, because of which now I will have to use a impact screwdriver here to loosen this bolt, and I will try to loosen this bolt. When I tried using an impact screwdriver to loosen this bolt, and it was not working as well, guys. Then my last option, you guys know what it is. I have the pneumatic impact wrench. So the same extension I will place on my impact wrench. Now these extensions, guys, each single part I have purchased separately, so that this type of sockets also I can put on my impact wrench. So here I have put this socket on my impact wrench. You guys can see all these tools I got on Amazon, guys. If you want, I will put a link of them in the description below. And after using an impact wrench, when I tried to loosen this bolt, it became loose very easily. Then I will take this extension out of my impact wrench, and I will rotate the bolt with my hand only now. The problem here is you cannot put a big taparia socket on this bolt, because the casing wall comes in between. So here my bolt has become loose. Now I will take out both these bolts. How long these bolts are, you guys can see that here. Once I are done taking out both these bolts, this plate will come out easily. Here comes out my plate. Keep it in the safe place. Now guys, again I have to use an impact screwdriver here, because this oil pump wheel, you will have to turn it a little bit, and under this wheel you will notice that there are 2 screws. These 2 screws you will have to take out now. So when I tried to take these screws out with the impact screwdriver, then both my screws were not getting loose only, guys. Then you guys know what I did. I put the same extension on my pneumatic impact wrench, as you guys can see. And on my impact wrench I did not even press the button properly, guys, because I was scared that the screw thread might slip. But nothing like that happened, because I used a proper type of screwdriver bead which could not slip. Like this, which socket you should be using, which bead you should be using for what screw, all that if you want to know, then on that I have a separate dedicated video. I will try to put a link of it in the I button above here. You can go there and check out that video and start selecting the right socket and the right screwdriver bead for any particular nut, bolt or screw. So now you will have to take both these screws out. Here I am done taking out both these screws. Once you are done taking out both these screws, now you will have to hold this sprocket and the chain together, and you will have to pull it out like this. Now this chain I will be replacing, and behind this wheel my oil pump is there. As you guys can see, this is my oil pump. Now the moment you rotate this wheel, this oil pump should rotate inside, guys. If it is not rotating, then what you should be doing, that also I will tell you in this video, because this oil pump doesn't get spoiled that easily, guys. Nothing happens to it. Some mechanics do some mistakes, because of which it doesn't work properly. And the first mistake that they do is they don't put the block gasket properly. How to put it properly, that I have shown in detail in my piston replacing video. It's a very important video. Don't miss that video, guys. Watch that video fully. On that video you will come to know why your engine oil is not circulating inside of your engine properly. Now as you guys can see, my wheel is rotating properly, but my inside oil pump mechanism is not rotating. Like this, if it happens to your pump, then what you should be doing, that I will tell you now. On this wheel there will be a ring lock like this. This ring lock you will have to push out with a screwdriver like this. The moment you take out this ring, underneath that you will see a visor. This visor also you will have to take out. Now that ring lock sometimes flies away, guys, so be careful about that. See that you look for it, find it and keep it in a safe place, because you need that while putting everything back. After taking out the visor, if you pull out this wheel, then it will come out easily like this. Now underneath this you will see the oil pump rod, and in this oil pump rod you will see that there is a tiny hole, because in that hole goes a tiny rod, guys, which is missing right here at the moment. Now if you rotate this rod, then you guys can see how the fuel pump is rotating on the inside. Like this your fuel pump should rotate when you rotate that rod. Now here is the small rod piece which should go inside of this hole. So place it inside of the hole like this, and on top of this you will have to place this wheel. Once you place this wheel on this rod, then that rod will get locked with your wheel. Then you will have to put back the visor, then get your ring lock and make use of a plier and put the ring lock in position, so that this assembly becomes locked. Now my wheel has locked here. Now when I rotate this wheel, if you look on the other side, then you guys can see how nicely the inner mechanism of the oil pump is rotating now. Like this your oil pump should rotate, guys. Now I have bought two chains. This is my timing chain. It has cost me 391 rupees, and this is my oil pump chain, which has cost me 227 rupees. Now both these chains I will put on my bike. Here I open my new oil pump chain. I will match both the chains first before I replace them. I want to see if they are the same. Now I have bought this chain from the service center, so it is obvious that it is the original chain, guys. But before I put this chain on the bike, I will have to put first the timing chain, which is slightly a longer chain. This one. So this chain I will have to take out first. I will take this chain out from the sprocket first. Once it comes out from the sprocket, you can pull this chain out easily like this. Once you take this chain out completely, now I will get my new chain. This also I will compare and see if both are same. Now this chain I will put first on the sprocket. Now this chain you will have to pass through the block, guys. So first put half of the chain inside of the block from this side. Make use of a screwdriver and push this chain inside of the block like this. Once it goes halfway in, I have a wiper blade rod which I had kept with me while replacing the wiper rubber. The one end of that rod I have bended a little bit. So with that rod I will pull this chain through inside the block. As you guys can see how I have bended this thin metal plate. So once you pull this chain on this side, now you should hold the chain with one hand on the block side, and with one hand you will have to place this chain on the sprocket. So here I have placed my chain on top of the sprocket properly. Like this you will have to put it. Then you will have to get your oil pump, and on this sprocket now you will have to put the oil pump chain, and then I will put the fuel pump in position. Now this fuel pump should go inside properly. Do the job properly, guys, and don't make a haste here. Once you put the fuel pump in position, the screw holes, those holes you will have to align with the sprocket hole like this, so that you can put the screws back. Then get the screws and put back those two screws. Now both the screws should tighten properly, and to tighten them I will use my impact screwdriver. So like this I will tap them a little bit so that they become nice and tight. And once I'm done tightening both the screws, the plate which we had taken out from top of this, now I will put that plate back. On top of these two bolts go. These two bolts I will put back now. These are 8mm bolts, and they're two long ones. These also you will have to put inside and tighten properly. And for that also I will make use of an impact screwdriver. So with this your oil pump, your timing chain and your oil pump chain gets replaced. Now how to close this entire engine, that I will show you guys in my next video. So keep the channel subscribed, and if you found this particular video useful, then see that you like the video and keep that bell icon pressed, because you should not be missing the next video, as I will be doing the fitting of this engine in that video. And I am going to show you guys a very important thing that I missed in this video as well. So that's all in this video, guys, and I will show you guys in my next video now. Till then, bye and take care.